A very warm afternoon to all the viewers. I'm paying my best regards and extensive gratitude to all the eminent researchers, acclaimed academicians, different talented multivarious scientists, all the different multivarious and most experienced, vastly experienced directors, academic heads of different institutes and organizations, and on the other hand my aspiring benevolent students, and most notably our respectful Terra community. My next consideration is global impact of both leadership and communication skill. What I did an extensive study regarding both leadership and communication skill just before a couple of years, and I have really been successful, really been into the best track way to feel how important, how riveting both the concepts are in all over the world in terms of education right now. So that is why global impacts of both communication skills and leadership, which are my next consideration, and I'll be really expounding regarding both the concepts right now in front of all of you. I have a great equation which I have made during my school days, that is dream plus desire is equal to destiny. I must have some colorful dreams which are to be converted into some of the desires, because without dream I am not in a position to be grown up. I am not in a prior position to stimulate others. I am not in a prior position to be actionable at all from my end. I am not in a prior position to work hard, because all the dreams are the passive mantras, all the dreams are the passive medicines of mine, through which I shall convert all those dreams into the desires. Now, you must think about both dreams and desires. Once both the concepts of dreams and desires are into the same channel, same track, then only I should find out the destiny through my own contributions and initiatives. Leaders. L for learning, E for enrichment, A for ambition, D for destiny, whereas E for emotion, and R signifies reformation. This is a great skill of communication. This is how every individual should be communicating with others. This is how every individual should be speaking with others in a very creative manner, creative dimension. We need the collective creativities. We need the creative outcomes. We need the innovative outcomes. Both innovations and creations shall be absolutely prepared once we are absolutely sound in enriching our education. We are absolutely very solid in inculcating some of the creative thoughts, in communicating with the people of different classes. This is how this skill of communication should be grown up. And from the point of view of an organization, leaders do inspire followers. For what? For doing the better jobs, for being absolutely equipped with all the resources, for being absolutely perfect and prepared to work hard for the outstanding betterment of an organization. And this is how all the leaders do inspire followers without any second thought. And this is how we have been absolutely entrenched, absolutely engaged in all over the globe. So this is how we should be communicating, and without communication not a single leader is successful right now in the history. And at the same point of time, all the leaders should be providing these skills at least to their subordinates and followers. So if that is so, we shall be highly culminated, and as a matter of the fact is, we shall be able to run and drive the organization the way we want and the way the present scenario runs. So please do understand, One thing is experiential learning, other one is communication skill and concept of leadership. So this is how they do guide to perform well. Yes, this guidance is very important. This guidance means a lot because all the subordinates and followers do largely depend upon the leaders, and they are the best sources not only to provide the best energies but to provide the wonderful learning. And this is how followers are completely stimulated and followers are completely dependent upon the leaders. The absolute need. Leaders should have commitment. Yes, being a leader, I should be absolutely committed towards the entire organization, towards the entire managerial hierarchy, right from lower to upper. Otherwise, this skill of communication would not be at all generated, would not be at all reflected. So this reflection matters a lot. And being a leader, I should always think about them, whether they are into the right directions or not, whether they are working properly according to the best organizational paradigm or not, whether they are really law abiding or not, whether they are going to provide the best output or not in the end. These are all the points to be noted. These are all the considerable points I tell you. And bright vision. Yes, all the leaders must have the bright vision, but right from the very first day, they should be the sound communicator. Always, I must understand what exactly I am going to do, how it is possible from my end, and what are the best possible resources from my end to prove and to ensure the wonderful organizational betterment within a stipulated time frame. So, both the concept of leadership and communication skills are parallelly sound and solid for a person to be a leader, for a person to be a follower, for a person to be a great performer as well. Okay, all the leaders must have to have the honesty. Yes, this honest performance, this honest thoughts, this honest thinking will be definitely working. And as an organizational performer, always I must think about the honesty, I must think about the modesty, I must think about the genuinity. Otherwise, organization cannot run properly. Organization will be in absolute vain, so which is not done. On the other hand, leaders must have the fellow feeling. Yes, I am a leader. I have 10 followers with me. They are working very diligently with me right from very first day. So I have to think about their welfare. I have to think about their wonderful progressions of life. Otherwise, everything will be in vain, as I have told you already, because both leaders or followers equally do contribute for an organizational betterment, for an organizational advancement. In this regard, if I do communicate properly, if I am in a position to make you understand properly what exactly I did, what exactly I am going to do, how it is possible, how shortly it is going to be accomplished, then only I'll be successful. But for the same, I need to have the sound communication skill. Communication skill is such a weapon for every individual in this world, without which we cannot be reached in somebody's territory. We cannot reach in inculcating some wonderful thoughts, some wonderful creative outcomes for my opposition, for the rest of the world, for the rest of the nation, for the rest of the society. So this is how we should be thinking about it, and this is how we should be enhancing our best qualitative measures. Being a leader, being a follower, being a performer, we should be into the equal channel, not only to perform but to contribute in a very befitting manner. Noted activities. What are those? First of all, the concept of communication skill comes. Somebody is sending the message, somebody is receiving the same. So in between, the track should be very cleared. in between the transformation would be absolutely cleared and perfect, wonderfully accomplished. Otherwise, if communication skill is not proper, if that track is congested a bit, then what shall be happened? I will not be able to understand from my opposition will not be able to understand from my point of view. So this congestion will be creating a problem, and that is going to be a real and most unavoidable problem ever in the history. So we need to solve it out. How it is possible? We need to be sound communicator. Our pronunciation, our dialects, our accents would have to be absolutely cleared. The way we'll be expressing our emotions, the way we'll be expressing our thoughts, that shall have to be absolutely crystal and cleared right from the very first word. Otherwise, it shall be a very difficult task to snatch the best performance from the others. And if it is simply reversed, that means what? We are the very sound bunch of communicators, we are the very, very sound and solid leaders in the society, then it is going to be transformed very shortly. It is going to be communicated very shortly. As a matter of the fact is, we shall have the extensive occupational outputs within a very short while. Not only that, beyond communication, we must keep something in our brains, that is, all the interactions shall have to be meaningful. How it is possible? We shall have to study a lot. Say for example, I am going to discuss with you regarding business, regarding the best possible outcomes of business, best business strategies. In this case, we shall have to study a lot. We shall have to implement our exposures. We shall have to implement our wonderful cognitions. We shall have to implement our brains as well, so that it shall be definitely in our grip, at least to frame some ideal methodologies. We shall have to frame some wonderful thoughts for the others, and that shall have to be, or those shall have to be truly riveting, truly riveting and pivotal. So these are the things which we shall have to maintain right from the very first day, and if it is maintained, nothing like it, we shall be definitely gainer, and as a result we shall be able to run the organization the way we want, and that is going to be absolutely under the present day national and global scenario. Presentation skill. Beyond communication, we shall have to be the very good sound presenters. How it is possible? We shall have to study, we shall have to take the best materials out of it, we shall have to take the best meaning, best significance out of it. So if that is possible, according to us, according to our collective cognitive reflections, then it is absolutely possible, no doubt about it. We shall be able to communicate very clearly, and as a matter of the fact is, we shall be able to enhance our productions at the end of the month, and that is going to be very, very profitable, not only in terms of money, but in terms of our global sustainability, our business goodwill, our wonderful and most fascinating occupational accountability with each another. And that is how this business hierarchy will be grown up in a very successful manner. Depth of different languages. It is very interesting as well, because our leader is really compelled, really bound to deal with people of different individual classes, from different cultures, from different languages, from different religions, people to come and join in a single organization. So in that case, being a leader, they shall have to deal with those people in terms of a great communication, in terms of a great interaction, in terms of a great presentation. So in this case, all the leaders must be the great all-rounders as well. Otherwise it is not possible. Otherwise it is going to be absolutely tricky and difficult without any second thought. And that is the reason why, being a leader, this is my very, very individual and singular opinion to all of you, being a very profound and cordial leader. This profound motive of you shall be definitely conducive for the rest of the organization to follow your thoughts, to follow you as an individual, to follow you as they are the successful followers, because they are extracting the entire organizational culture and environment at the same time. And at the same time, from your point of view, being a leader, you shall have to deal with them the way you all want the same. You all want the common organizational progressions and advancement, okay, in a different dimension. So it is very, very natural and very, very prominent as well. The promising nature, yes, self-willingness. Leaders shall have to have the self-will to do some hard works, to do some outstanding innovations, to feel for the others, to feel for the entire organization from the perspective of their welfares. So this is how the concept of self-belief is generated. This is how the self-confidence is grown up. Once all the self-conceptualizations are equally sound in their favor, they are in a very prior position to run the same in a different manner. And believe me, if that is so, an organization would be an exclusive example for the rest of the organizations or for the rest of the industries within a very short while. And this industrial business goodwill is absolutely needful right from the very, very first project and assignment. Pertinent objectives. Yes, every individual should be having some undeniable objectives for sustainability. What are those? First of all, motivation. Yes, they do motivate others. They do motivate the way they want, and both intrinsic and extrinsic motivations should be working at the same point of time. Otherwise, followers will not be at all grown up and they will not be able to put their best from their collective ends within a short while. It is going to be destructive, not at all constructive, if I do not motivate others. And it will be simply other way around. If I do really motivate, I shall have the best performance, best contributions. It is a great relationship which shall be grown up in between leaders and followers, and as a matter of the fact is, we shall be performing well as a whole, and that is going to be very healthy and hygienic for an organizational betterment and organizational progress within a short while. And that is quite desirable right now, not in enriching our society but in enhancing the wonderful and crystal image of our global standing. Appropriate planning. We shall have to plan in such a manner as if we shall be providing the most robust inputs for the organization, and as a matter of the fact is, organization shall be providing the most satisfactory output at the very, very regular interval. This is how this relationship will be channelized. This is how we shall be grown up very comprehensively, and most importantly, we are in a position to motivate and to inspire others the way we want and according to the present market scenario. Leaders are those people who do know how to help others. They must be having the helping attitude. This attitude will be definitely reflected upon the performance, upon the collective contributions, and of course we shall have to accomplish all the jobs within a very, very short while, within the given time frame. That is called the concept of time management. That means what? We shall have to be the sound communicator to make others understand what exactly we should be doing, how it is going to be possible from our end to prove ourselves in a very different dimension at the same point of time within a stipulated time frame, how it is possible for us to complete the entire given tasks and assignments, and if those are really under the grips of us, nothing like it, we shall be simply the flyer and we shall be able to bring out the most satisfactory and histrionic metamorphosis within a very short while. And that is quite desirable according to my perception, because we must compete with others right now, and if I do compete and we do compete, then the comprehensive betterment will be simply a matter of time, simply the matter of few days to come, few moments to reach. Organizational needs. An organization should have some unavoidable needs. to be grown up and to be entrenched in all over the world. First of all, trained leaders. Who are the trained leaders? They who do know how to provide the best exposures to the others. They who are really sympathetic. They who do have the empathy for the others. They who do have the wonderful veteran comprehensive exposures, occupational exposures. They are the leaders. Leaders are those people who are the seed of exploration and bit of execution through their prime education to find out the best solution. Being a leader, my motto is to find out the best solution for others, for the entire organizational hierarchy. In this regard, we must be very thoughtful and innovative at the same point of time. And systematic evaluation is absolutely needful, and for the same, we need to have the sound communicators in our team. So if that concept of team building is absolutely sound and solid, then nothing like it, we are in a very prior position to prove and to enhance the volume of outputs within a very short while, and that is absolutely the most destined facts indeed in the history of an organization. Organizational impact, yes, we shall have to be involved with works, involved with different interventions of advancement, involved for the followers, they who are suffering different problems, they who are enjoying their wonderful jobs, they who are absolutely gaining their collective satisfactions. So involvements should be from everywhere. So if that is so, we shall be definitely the best bunch of people who are gainers and who are collectively successful to provide the best from their ends within a very short while. Efforts, yes, efforts, we must be providing some outstanding efforts right from day one, and those are very healthy. Those are very healthy not only for the leaders to survive in their domains, in their genres, but to let their followers to survive in a very, very befitting manner, because everybody runs for their most needful and very, very, very important breads and butters every day. Performance, yes, performance should be very, very eye-catching. Performance should be noticeable. Performance should be properly evaluated. If the evaluation process is successful, their performance might be more better. Their performance might be more glistening than the previous. So this is how a leader should think. This is how a leader should possess for the followers without any second thought. And being a leader, this is my very, very singular and most scholastic opinion from my end, which I am placing from the core of my heart. Consequential leadership approaches, yes. We shall be following the community leadership approaches, as simple as that, which means the communal goal to reach within the short while. We shall be definitely bringing out the concept of participative leadership approach as well, where every individual shall have the equal opportunity to participate and to raise their points. Every individual shall be having the same right to perform and to have the enjoyable and congratulatory outputs. Being a leader, I must not be authoritative. Being a leader, I should be participative all the time. If I am participative, I'll be helping others to participate in the same dais. I'll be able to help them to come in front with their most robust introspections in the end. But if they are desirous to focus their introspections, they need to be the most solid and sound communicators, I tell you. Because without proper communication, how it is possible to channelize these unbreakable relationships in between leaders and followers? How it is possible for an organization to be grown up? How it is possible to enhance the volume of revenues, commercial revenues, without any fail? So these are the points to be noted, which we should be keeping in our minds to play and to implement where the time does arise. Organizational vision, yes, every individual should have some outstanding visions for sustainability. What are those? Optimistic thinking. We need the optimism. We shall have to delete the concept of pessimism. we shall have to be optimistic right from very first day, right from the very first morning, so that this optimism will be definitely hygienic and helpful for the others to perform and to come at front with something extra, and those extra powers will be definitely stimulating in nature for both leaders and followers to enjoy their wonderful jobs and domains. Positive application of what? Positive application of thoughts, positive application of realization, positive application of thinking, positive application of progressions, positive application of their collective attitudes. So all the parameters do matter a lot, equally matter a lot, so that they will be comprehensively successful, they will be able to perform well without any fail, and as a result they will be able to bring out some outstanding occupational metamorphosis in the end. Importance of team building, yes, participation will be there. Every team member should be very optimistic, very diligent in nature, so they will be working hard, they will be able to provide the best from their end without any fail and within a very short while, so their collective efforts will be higher and highest, and as a matter of the fact is organization will be running according to the best and sound commercial revenues and goodwill. Adjustment, yes, adjustment of different cultures, different languages, different thought process, different behaviors, different way of thinking. So all the adjustments shall have to take place inside the organization and outside both. So both followers and leaders will be under the same umbrella to work hard and to extract the best performance from each another, and that is how an organization can be undoubtedly successful. Handy efforts, yes, collective efforts are very needful, and both the concept of leadership and as well as their communication skills and presentation skills shall be working together, and those will be converted into the best and most significant contributions ever in the history, and they will be able to showcase their contributions forever to stimulate their next generations who are coming to join. The aim of team building, yes, trust building. Everybody shall have to trust every individual. Otherwise, this concept of trust building will be nowhere, will be in vain, and as a matter of the fact is the entire paradigm of an organization will be entirely and collectively destroyed, which is not done. Originality of frame of mind, originality of genuinity, originality of performance, originality of thinking, originality of passion, originality of emotion. Every individual perspective should be sound, should be very solid, should be accumulated by all those leaders and followers at the same time, and this is how this organization may grow the way we all want. Prompt cooperation. I must cooperate with others. If I see somebody is not working properly, if I see somebody has been suffering from something which is absolutely very unusual in nature, of course I must help him or her, because if I can be a very significant part of an organization, that very person equally can be the significant part of the same. So everybody is having the same and most significant right not only to perform but to survive in the common shade, under the common shade, in the common shade and under the common shade. Yes, idea formulation. If I can provide all the best suggestions, if I am really very thoughtful, if I know how to judge people, if I know about their strengths and weaknesses, of course some of the new and most innovative ideas will be generated, and accordingly I will be segregating those in front of the followers, in front of the entire community, will be reflected. We need to formulate some new and innovative ideas. These are absolutely hygienic and healthy for both the leaders and followers to draw the best conclusion, and this message will be ultimately reflected upon the satisfactory organizational outputs and outcomes at the same time. So this is how we must think about it. This is how we must think about the most significant and promising concept of leadership, and we must think that how we shall be the great communicator for the rest of the globe, because both the concept of leadership and the concept of communication skill are equally pivotal for all of us, not only to prove ourselves but to drive our occupation in a very glistening dimension of shiny tomorrow. And that is how we are in a position to be successful. That is how we are desirous to drive ourselves in our most successful span of lives. And we should be dreaming for the destiny which is or which are ageless, barless, bottomless, and endless in nature. Thank you very much. I wish you all the best. I'm Dr. Rudrarup Gupta, one of the Sustainable Cosmos Ambassadors, Global Change Makers, and in other words, I'm the SDG expert of Green Thinker Society, which is under United Nations, and at the same time, one of the cricket commentators of Sports Flashes, and I'm the match analyst as well, which is approved by Sports Flashes, and Sports Flashes is one and only rodeo broadcaster of BCCI right now. So this is how I do lead myself for the rest of the globe in a very successful reflection of a mirror, and that very mirror is my confidence and my education. So please go ahead. I wish you all the best. Thank you very much.